Go.
Hi, my name is Colby Wickwar. I want to take a brief moment to describe my thoughts behind the workout that I'm implementing today for my athletes. I chose the squat because it's a universal exercise that builds on the foundation of strength. There's many ways that you can enhance a sports performance, but I'm going to be focusing on strength today, and the squat is one of the most efficient ways to build that strength. So, with our warm-up, we're going to be targeting two things. Now, a lot of people don't think that static stretching should be incorporated pre-workout, but there are specific static stretches that do help. These are with the tonic muscles. Now, with the tonic muscles, when you are sleeping or when you're sitting in class for a whole day, they become tight, and that really counteracts our mobility and is not going to be very efficient for our squat. So we're going to be implementing very specific static exercises to target and lengthen these tonic muscles. Next, we have our phasic muscles. These are the ones that kind of get relaxed and shut down when we rest or when we sit. So in order to have the most efficient squat and have the most efficient power we can, we need to ignite these muscles and prime them for explosion. Now, moving on to some things that I'm going to be looking at when it comes to form. The squat is not an overall basic picture of that's correct and that's not correct. You need to understand the athlete that you're dealing with. So here I have three pictures of a 6-foot athlete, but they're proportioned differently. So with this athlete, he's equally proportioned between his trunk and his legs. And he has about a 40-degree slant on the trunk. That's perfectly fine. We have the force going straight from the shoulders to the quad to the foot. That's the goal. Now with this athlete, he's also a 6-foot athlete, but his squat looks different. Notice how the force is still going from his shoulders to his quad to his foot, which is our goal to incorporate hip, glutes, hamstrings, and quads and protect from muscle imbalances, because then that's where you get knee pain, strain on the ACL ligament, and that's what we want to stay away from. We want to incorporate safety and efficiency. So he or she has a very long torso, short legs. So here, their torso is going to be more erect, more vertical. But it's okay because, like we said, the force is in line. Lastly, we have another 6-foot athlete with very long legs and a short torso. And he or she is going to have another very slanted torso, but as long as that spine is not flexed, the safety is there. He's not in any danger to damage any spinal cord or vertebral discs. Now, the key thing, since the athlete's built differently and their squat's going to look different, there's key things that you want to look for as a coach. First, it's the hip reach and hip drive. We're trying to incorporate the hips as the prime mover of the squat. So I need to look at their hips, not just their overall body, to see that they're reaching back and that they're driving up using the hips, not the quads, and not staying on their toes. Next, building on that, is the heels. So one thing I can look at is there any space between the heel and the floor? If the heel is coming off the floor, that means there's pressure and weight on the toes. Then that means the hips are forward, they're disengaged, you're overloading the quad, and the hamstring is not being ignited and it's not being strengthened. That's when you get muscle imbalances that give way to injuries. So I am looking for the heel to be intact with the floor the entire movement. Next, trunk position. Like I said, the trunk can be vertical or it can be slanted. What is important is that the spine is not arched. We want a strong spine, a tight back, regardless of what angle that the trunk is. Lastly, knee direction. This helps having our feet at about a 30-degree angle, knees facing out diagonally. This opens up the hips, allows for the athlete to reach back, and compensates for maybe some lack of flexibility with being able to reach parallel and incorporating the entire lower body, which is our goal.
Okay.
All right, so this is our skill progression leading into the squat. Before we put the bar on their back, we want to make sure that the mechanics are correct in order to keep their health and their safety. So, start out, we want our feet either under our armpits or under our shoulders. All right, so if you're a little longer-legged, you might want a little wider. If not, you may want to bring them in a little bit. But make sure it's at least under the shoulder, the armpits. We want to point our toes at about 30 degrees. All right, we want to open up that hip and have our knees kind of pointed out diagonally. Does that make sense? Now, the first movement is going to be in your hips. So instead of bending at the knees, don't think about your knees. Think about pushing your hips back. Alright? Now, put your hands together and just go down to a parallel squat. Down. Alright, good job. Hold it. Bring this up. There, right there. Sam, that looks really good. Alright, now, when you drive up, drive through the heels and push, act like the bar is on your lower back and push my hand up. Perfect. Alright, down. Alright, push against my hand. Nice. Alright, Sam, up. Okay, good. Now, feel that hand pressure and act like the bar is sitting on your back because that's where the drive wants to be. So, first movement on the way down was what?
Hips.
Hips back. And then what do you focus on the way up?
Pushing up.
Hips, yeah, hips. So, don't worry about the chest yet. Don't worry about pushing on the floor or whatever. Focus on the hips. Now, let's do 2 more of those, and I just want to see if your hips are driving appropriately, if they're going forward. So, Ben, I'm going to look at you first. Down. Good job. Way to push them back. Now drive it up. Very good. Good job. All right, Sam. Remember, first movement, hips back. Reach back. There you go. Now drive up with the hips. Alright, do it one more time. That was a really good hip movement. Allow your chest to kind of go at the same time. But I know you're focusing on the hips like I have, so that's awesome. Alright, hips back, good job, good reach. Now come up. That was a lot better. Good job. So, they both have really good mechanics. I know I mentioned the heels. Both of them had no separation between the heels and the ground. Their torso angle was really good. Once you get that natural reach in the squat, as long as the spine isn't flexed, we're good to go with safety. Good eyes, good head, pretty even, neutral cervical spine. So everything looked good. The big thing to incorporate the entire body and eliminate those muscle imbalances that we talked about, reaching back to the hips, get parallel, and then driving with the hips so that we don't overload the quads and that we engage the hamstrings as well.
Go.
Alright, we're going to go one at a time. Once the first person reaches this rack right here, second person's going to go. Alright? First person, you're going to go from the bike. So, Sam, Ben, going to go from the bike. Rack's going to be the halfway point. That's when the second person goes. You're going to finish at this third weight rack right here. Alright, so we're going to break it up into 3 segments. First one, high knees. Who's up first? Sam, you're up first. So high knees, go. Get the knees up, good job. Good listening. Awesome. Alright, coming back, Sam, lead us off. Butt kicks. Good job. Have the heels click. Nice. Alright, we're going to face me. Slow shuffle. So get down, get parallel. Really reach with that lead foot. Keep your chest up. Sink your hips. Good job, way to reach. Get your hips, sink your hips, Sam. Good job. There you go, Ben. Let me see your chest. Awesome. All right, we're gonna go back. Sam, lead us off. Go. Reach, hips down. Really focus on sinking those hips, Sam. Good job. Alright, hip flexor stretch. Now, we're going to incorporate the band so we can get a bigger glute activation. What you're going to do, put the band around your leg, whichever leg, doesn't matter. Put it up in a crease. You want to hide the crease. Step out to where you feel resistance. Take a knee, like a hip flexor stretch. You want to take this hip, rotate to where you're fighting that resistance, and you're going to have to squeeze your bottom to do it. Alright, so we're trying to stretch our hip flexors by pushing against this resistance. Alright, so pick out a leg. I will tell you to engage and to relax. So find your resistance and stretch. Good job. Really squeeze against that resistance. Really focus on what part of the body you're trying to stretch right now. And relax. All right, switch legs. Get in the crease. You should feel it pulling on your hip pretty good. All right, and stretch. Try to push your hips forward against that band. Good breaths. And relax. Good job. All right, we're going to take these bands off. Band pull apart. So, this is going to activate our upper back. Grab it with two hands, arms straight out. Now, if it needs to be, there needs to be more resistance, bring your hands in closer. That's going to make the band harder to pull apart. If you need it easier, hands farther apart, gives you more slack, and it's going to make the pull apart easier. All right? Now, we're going to do 10 reps. Really focus on squeezing your shoulder blades together. That's what we're trying to get. We're trying to target these upper traps, these rhomboids. Now, make sure you got your hands straight out in front of you. Perfect. All right, and go. 10 reps. Good job. Try to squeeze my hand with your shoulder blades. Adjust as you go. If it's too easy, bring your hands in. If it's too hard, bring them apart. Good. Good squeeze. Good job. Really focus on squeezing the shoulder blades together. Did you get 10?
Yeah.
Awesome. Good job. All right, pec stretch. Let's go over here to the racks. Yeah, just lay those down. Thank you. Yep. All right. You're going to stand directly to the side of the rack. You're going to put your hand on the rack, but we don't want it at a straight 90-degree angle. We want our elbow up a little bit, about 45, because our pectoralis muscles kind of run diagonally. So I'm going to bring my elbow up. To get the stretch, I'm simply going to turn my torso away from my arm. You should feel a pec stretch. All right? So get set up. Good elbow height. Good elbow height. Now, slowly turn away from the arm. You should feel it stretch. You feel it pull right here. All right, hold it. You feel that pull? Hold it there for a second. Good job. And relax. Now, switch. We're going to do the other arm. Really focus on the part that we're trying to stretch. Try not to just go good elbow, good elbow. All right, turn your torso. Feel the pull. It shouldn't be painful, but you want to feel it.
Yeah.
All right, hold it there. And relax. Good job. All right, internal, external rotations. All right, same thing. You can start right here. We're going to do 10 reps. And then after your 10 reps, relax, and then we'll switch and do the other one. Now, this is going to help our rotator cuff, injury prevention, and these are really kind of minor muscles, so it doesn't take a lot of weight. It doesn't take a lot of resistance. Now, you're going to come out until you feel a little pull on your hand, and you can adjust it. So if I come out farther, it's going to be more heavy, more resistance. If I go closer, it's going to be easier. The key detail is that your elbow never leaves the side of your body. Your elbow and your rib cage should be in constant contact.
Okay.
So I'm going to simply go out to about 90 degrees. All right. It doesn't have to be a full rotation out to here, because then now my elbow's getting out away from my body and I'm hyperextending. We don't need that. All we need, have it together, bring it out to 90 degrees and back. Very simple movement. Focus on the squeeze. Good job, Sam. Perfect. Right far enough. Perfect. Good job. We're going to do 10 reps. Good. If it's too light, step out just like Ben did. Good. Awesome. Way to keep your elbow engaged. That was perfect. All right, switch. These are two different bands, so your distance might be a little different. Just feel it out. And go, 10 reps. Good job. Way to keep contact. Good, Sam. Perfect, right there. Good job keeping your arm against your ribs. Really focus on the shoulder. That's what we're trying to activate right now. Really focus on the squeeze. Take the ones. Good job, Sam. All right, last thing. We're going to be laying flat. These are our glute bridges. So we're going to be in a sit-up position. Hands are going to be out to our sides. Notice how my toes are off the ground. All right, I'm going to drive through my heels. You can bring them in as far away or as close as you want. That's not really what's important. What's important is that we're going to drive our hips to the ceiling by pushing off our heels and activating our glutes. Okay? So I'm going to look up to the ceiling, drive through my heels, squeeze my glutes, and I want to get my hips as high as possible. Okay. All right? These are our prime movers in our squats. So we need to get them primed and ready to fire. We're going to do 10 reps, and I'm going to cue you each time. All right, we're going to do these together. Good job, toes up, knees where you want them, and up. Nice, down. Really squeeze. Focus on the part that we're trying to warm up right now. Up, relax. Good job. Up, good. Up, good job. Really try to reach, Sam. Reach as high as you can. Up, good job. Good job, Dan. Up. All right, a couple more. Way to drive through the heels. Up. Good. And last one. Really get up high, Sam. Up, reach, and relax. All right, good job.
Go.
And rack. On my cue. Toes out. Good feet position. And down. Reach back. Up. Good depth. Go. Good job. Reach back. Keep your back pinched together. Shoulder blades back. Go. Up. One more. Reach back, back. Up. Good bar speed. Awesome. You can rack it. Good bar speed. And good job on the hips. And good heels. All right, Steve. You're on my cue, okay?
Yep.
Rack it. Get set. Toes out. Good position. All right. Reach back, down, up. Good job. All right, hang on. Do you feel we're parallel?
Oh, yeah.
All right, reach back, down, up. Good job. Way to reach for it. All right, keep reaching for it. You gotta fight for that. Down, up. All right, good job. Hang on this next rep. You're parallel, good. I'm gonna call you up on parallel, so don't even think about that. Okay, keep the weight on your heels.
Okay.
It's going to be easy as you reach back. Reach back, weight on your heels, reach back, up. A lot better. All right, rack it. Good job on getting parallel. One thing we need to work on is the bar speed.
Yep.
Try to be as explosive as possible. Awesome job, though.
Okay.
All right. Yeah,
Go. Don't worry about it.
All right. Yo. Under the bar. Wait for my cue. I'll call you up. Get set, good feet position, good width, tight back, squeeze your traps. All right, reach back, up. Good job, be explosive. All right, reach back, down, up. Good explosion. Focus on your heels came up a little bit. Down, reach, up. Nice, that was your best rep. All right, two more, here we go. Reach back, heels, up. Last one. Do that again. That was perfect. Reach back. Heels. Drive up. Nice. Rack it. Great set. Good job. Alright, Sam. Bing is back. Alright, good bar placement. Get a good setup. Set yourself up for success. Toes out. Good base. Alright, work on that parallel, alright? Reach back. Up. Be there for me, Ben. Reach back, up. All right, hang on. You're doing good. Focus on the heels, all right? Sit back. Sit back, back, up. Awesome. 2 more. Good job, Sam. Here we go. Back, up. Hey, last one. Make this your best one. Heels parallel. All right? Be explosive. Reach back, heels, reach back, up, drive it up. Good job, rack it. Hey, great set. Hey, good job. Today with our 2 athletes, they did very good on following directions and implementing correct mechanics in their body weight squat. As we started adding resistance, they both had a couple different times where their form became deficient. The 2 lifters were at different levels of their training. Sam, the larger athlete, is more novice than Ben, the more advanced athlete. Now, something to keep in mind is as you build resistance, that's when the form starts to break down a little bit. With Sam, it was to continually encourage him to reach back with the hips, reach parallel, and also cover that gap between the heel and the ground. Now, with Ben, who's a more advanced lifter, his reps on a larger scale were much more proficient when it came to his mechanics, but even then there was a rep or 2 where his heels came off the mat a little bit. It's very important as a coach to not only encourage the novice lifters and continually to improve their form, but obviously to also realize that more advanced lifters can always find something to improve on as well. And so that's my job to not only encourage, but to target those deficiencies and incorporate it into better mechanics.